Wrestling Federation. For over 50 years, the revolutionary force in sports entertainment.
What's our name?
Well, men on the
Are you ready?
Well,
Here we go.
All right, welcome to the New Generation podcast on Backbone Wrestling Network. I'm Tim Slomka.
I'm JP.
Thanks for joining us again. As always, we're on the journey to relive the New Generation era, to find the best, some of the worst of wrestling time period often forgotten. From Bret and Shawn Survivor Series 92 to Bret and Shawn Survivor Series 97, look beyond the pay-per-views, examine the weekly TV, see what worked, what could have worked, and what failed. JP, how's life going?
Fuck technology. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, well, I'm about to say, I think half the intro got cut off. So
yeah, I'm a 49-year-old, 39-year-old. Like I'm a boomer when it comes to some of this crap, and I think I'm just pretty trash when it comes to some of this stuff. So it is what it is.
Don't worry, we had three JPs in the studio. It was like triple Doinks.
Yeah.
So it was quite the experience here. But
yeah, it was
we think we got solved. I think the intro didn't get recorded in full, so we're just gonna go with it. And we're just doing what we can.
We're doing it for the Hulkster is what we're doing.
The Hulkster, yes. The big news of the day.
Well, by the time this comes
a week or two ago.
Yeah.
A month ago. Let's go. Who else might pass that way after in between? But Brian Knobs might be next. But yeah, sad Huckster.
I think the obvious is Jimmy Hart. I think he's going by the way of suicide. So
yeah, that could be true. A bender, but though it might be a bender for Brian Knobs.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. So yeah, I mean, a tough one. Obviously, there'd been some talk that maybe he was really sick, and then all of a sudden it is that he was really sick. So
it was really big around here. So I live in Tampa, so that's pretty much where Tampa, Clearwater, St. Pete. It's kind of all lumped into one big Gulf thing, and it's like legit Hulk Hogan Day on August 1st every year now. I don't know if that became like national news, but in Tampa they named it Hulk Hogan Day.
Yeah, I mean, I own a home down in that area, and we're sending the emails around between the family members of we're going down for Hogan, but yeah, he's definitely a big time person down there and celebrity and things.
Were you a fan? Were you like a real Hulk Hogan fan?
In the when I first started. I mean, I started in 89, 90.
Yeah.
So prime. I like the Warrior better, but Hogan was my guy. And then I think I was excited when he came back for 93, and then just so disappointed in his run. He was just gone. I would say he got me into WCW, right? I never really watched WCW because it was too Southern.
Right.
That was just more because it was, not because it was Southern wrestling, just because that's, in Chicago, I watched WWF. But so he got me into WCW. Obviously the churn was great, and then it kind of got played out. So, I'm not maybe the biggest, because I wasn't around 85 or anything like that. But, he was definitely one of my favorites, and definitely a guy followed around. So, disappointing. And that ends his life and career, but
I'm the complete opposite. I was never a Hulk Hogan fan at any point, just naturally. Not, I mean, personal stuff aside, whatever. You're allowed to feel however you want to feel about that. But as far as wrestling goes, I never, as a kid, I was always very early, like you said, around 90, 91. It was Warrior and Savage for me. I never liked Hogan. Yeah, and that was around the time, I guess, looking back on it, he started to kind of wear out. Anyways, the magic wasn't there. Then NWO, I hated NWO Hogan because I always thought Hall and Nash were the cool ones. I mean, obviously, again, looking back, it made so much sense to have Hogan with them, but in real time, I hated it. I hated Ruthless Aggression era Hogan because I was all about nerdy work rate and stuff. I want to see Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit and those kind of guys. So I hated Hogan then, and it wasn't until recently, when you go back and watch the old stuff, when I watched 85, 86, like you said, then I'm damn, he was so good at what he did. It was limited, but he had the formula down. So
yeah, the formula, and just everyone knows that him, right? I mean, he elevated professional wrestling, good or bad, right? Because it was kind of mocked a little bit, but he elevated it to a level, whether it's in movies or hosted SNL, like just a level that Southern wrestling or even the AWA or anything else like could never get to. So like he definitely got it that way.
And I heard it. Someone said it like on a tribute or a podcast that like in the mid 80s, mid 90s, the three most popular people in the world were Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, and Hulk Hogan, and that's pretty true. Like if you think about it, he's right up there.
Definitely, he's right up. I mean, everyone knows him. There's very few people that were like, "Who's that guy?" I guess maybe we're old, so maybe some of these young people, don't. But I mean, for the most part, he's just one of those names everyone's heard of or knows, right? So
exactly.
Great. Well, disappointing to hear him end, and disappointing to hear his kind of life, saga, and like see his daughter didn't go to like just like family events things. It's just all messy and it's sad because he and we've bitched about him right in all of 93. You can go listen back to the podcast to go see how much we love Hogan, but like he had his opportunities, and that's why I struggle with some of these guys. I'm like, how do you not just like eat it up and try to act like a celebrity and things like that? Like he just couldn't get out of his own way.
Right.
And he could have been a bigger star, right? And some of those guys, I guess I'm never a celebrity, so that's why I can't figure it out. But it just feels like these guys, it's like, how do they not figure it out?
Exactly.
Disappointing. So should we move on to Doink?
Yes,
he's probably on this one. I'm guaranteed. Yep, guarantee is. He always shows up.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think he's on one. I don't remember.
He always shows up. Mm-hmm. We're getting real close to King of the Ring. We're gonna do 3 episodes this time, 3 episodes next, and then King of the Ring 95. We're ready to go. So we're gonna do Raw. This is live, June 5th. 1995 from Ohio, Smothers, Ohio. I've never heard of this city. I think they just invented it for this. I guess it's outside Cleveland, but they literally said, "I'm like, why would you say that city? No one's ever heard of it. I've literally never heard of it. I've never been to this. I've never seen this arena. Like, really weird that they go to that." So we start off with a lot of Luger Yoko hype, including the RV Hero video package comes out at the end. So a lot of good stuff. And we start with Savio Vega coming out first. So Savio Vega, they kind of bring him up about that, he's in line with Razor. He's, a big time star in Puerto Rico. So I like how they're building him up, right? Like it's plenty that he's more than just a random dude that is showing up. Right. So I kind of like that fact. And that the fact that they're not just like, he's not just blown away, especially what he becomes. So they're doing a good job building him up. I know he's not really beating anyone yet, but I don't think there was a plan for him to kind of jump the queue like he needed to do. So I don't have anything to add.
No, I like seeing him in the mix a little bit, just to kind of get some fresh faces out there.
Fresh out. Yep.
He's decent. See what he can do. Yeah, right. He's not bad. He's not like I don't, they might run him into the ground, in a couple months, and we might get sick of him. But like right now, it's fresh enough.
If Vince isn't all over him. We know that's one thing that Vince gets really, especially in 96, about Savio Vega. But right now, it's not bad.
Exactly. Then we get like a little cutaway to Skip, like running the steps in the background. So really playing up this whole like aerobics fitness instructor type character with Sonny cheering him on. I think they're like they just jump off the screen right now as an act. Like, Sonny, of course, is so charismatic and you're naturally drawn to her, but Skip is kind of playing his part well also. Kind of just playing the sidekick there. And then that leads into Skip versus Barry Horowitz, which will be a familiar pairing in the future. But Sonny's...
I couldn't believe that it's happened. I couldn't believe this happened. When all of a sudden I was like, whoa.
I thought this was the one at first. When I first started watching, I'm like, there's no way this early they're doing this. But yeah, it was cool because Sonny did like an introduction too, which you don't have much of that. Like you had it with Cornette kind of early on, but like she introduces him. He plays into the character during the match and wins with a leg drop. Nothing crazy here, but a good way to keep Skip hot and get him to be like the more well-known jobbers. So I think that's, I think it's like a natural progression. You'd be a no-name guy, kind of a jobber to the stars, no-name guy, and then go from there. So pretty decent stuff.
I'm guessing they had this set up.
Had to.
I'm guessing they had this like set up. So
I would think so too.
They do it, but it was just also I was like, no way, this is going to happen already. And
right. I said the same.
I'm guessing they were planned a little bit ahead. Yeah. So it's a fine match. They're good. Then we get a King of the Ring tournament update. So we kind of get like pretty much like, hey, we're at the end of the tournament. Pretty much, we just got one spot left or two spots left, and then we go to a random. I'll let you call this match, but like randomly Owen versus Bulldog, and it's literally taped from the In Your House tapings because I couldn't figure out where it was. Like in the history of WB, I usually like scan, and I'm like, all of a sudden Gorilla Monsoon's on. I'm like, what is going on here? And I'm like, how is this happening? Like, what is going on? So I was like searching around. I'm like, this was taped for In Your House, and they're showing it. Like, this is a live Raw, and this is all we're not even having live matches. Like, it's so frustrating. You can go to the match, but I just had to kind of explain the backstory because it was just like, what is happening here?
Yeah, so this is my thoughts exactly too, right? So like when they usually do this like cold match, it's not like this marquee of a match, and I think this was also the frustrating part about In Your House is that they would have good matches like this that you wouldn't get on the pay-per-view. Like I guess if you're in attendance, it's a special like add-on for you, but like this was a pretty solid match. Like for these two, like obviously they have great chemistry. It's a pretty long match as well. Like it actually ends in a time limit draw, but like for this to be this cold match, all of a sudden, like you said, Gorilla's calling it. Like if you're as a kid, I don't have any recollection of this, but if I was tuned in and more, maybe a little bit older, where I was following it more hardcore, I'd be like, what the hell are they doing here? Like you go from two squash matches, right? Yeah, exactly. It's like you just kind of like, I guess at this point, right? So like nowadays, I was 9 in '95. You're a couple, 11, so you're close to that age too. If you're I don't know, 13-year-old, 12-year-old now, right? You have so many different options of wrestling you can watch and follow. At this point, we just have to like take what we got, and either you like it or you don't. You can't really bitch about it because you're just excited to see whatever wrestling you have. Yeah, so you're not nitpicking. You don't really
get it, especially when you're young. You like don't really get it, but it is like I was right away. Like, why is there different announcers? Like you kind of tell that right away. I think that's the biggest thing is like, okay, where's Vince?
Yep. It's like you said, it's just like this cold random match. There's no, like, they do like the face off stuff in the beginning of the show. Sometimes they don't do any of that. It's just weird that they put this together, but I did think it was a good match. And I feel like either something happened at the taping or somebody didn't show up or something like that. And they had this in the can. Because they recorded it In Your House and they just threw it in there because it's a pretty long match also, like, decent for what they're doing in this era. So I feel like either something happened, somebody didn't show up or something, and they just threw it in there and said, nobody's going to notice except for
I don't know.
Two men that are recording a podcast 30 years from now.
Yeah, no, really weird. Really weird. And so, like you said, time limit draw. Obviously, the crowd was hot for it because it was the In Your House crowd. They're big up for it because I don't know if they even told them that it was an In Your House match or King of the Ring. Like I'm not sure what was told to them, but the crowd's hot for it, which makes sense. Like a live pay-per-view crowd's gonna be into it. You knew it was gonna be there because they of course talk about how the time limit, right? It, the red flag, right? Oh, time limit draw coming up, or time limit for the King of the Ring qualifiers this long, like it's coming. So that's a little disappointing. The last 5 minutes are a ton of great, awesome, near falls, suplexes. Even the ref was kind of confused when the end happened,
right?
Because I think they were trying to time it. This is a problem with the time limit draws, right? Is always like the ref trying to time it perfectly, and they don't know. So
exactly,
it was kind of sloppy there, but it was fun. I think these guys have some good matches on a go-for basis. So obviously, they have, like you said, chemistry. They know each other, etc. So fine enough. And then we get a Bret Hart interview. Quickly just talks about the Kiss My Foot match. And then they announce Luger and Yoko are now going to fight. President Jack Tunney's been busy. So Luger and Yoko are going to fight for the last spot next week on King of the Ring. So I'm guessing maybe they announced that match. They were going to fight live. Owen maybe wasn't there or something. So then they went back to that match they had for In Your House. I don't know.
Yeah,
it feels really weird.
It felt like it had to be something where.
Yeah, we know. I mean, 95, like we could rebook it. There's so many people missing from it. There had to be like some injuries or like something else that we're not getting from the Observer or anything. Because I'm reading that too. There's just nothing else that that is on there. That like really jumps out.
Right. Yeah. It's just I mean, I know. Just people just probably like Yoko's got these weight issues, and who knows what could have happened. Like he could have been the no show or whatever. Like it's just random stuff going on this time. Anything like they're just kind of like patching things together as they go. You can obviously tell right now.
Yeah. And it's funny too because it's like my point on Luger is like Doink got a real match, and this is only like because someone failed. It's like Doink beat Luger in this qualifying. Like it's just
right. This King of the Ring, I think it's marred more by the build than anything else. Like the show obviously has its warts and shit on for years and years, but like the build has been terrible. As far as like what you consider a main event for the show, Diesel's not even like in action. He's hurt. The qualifier matches just don't make any sense. It's name guy versus name guy and lower guy versus lower guy. It's just I don't know. It's just weird. That just everything's been kind of messy right now. I feel like things are just in disarray. So from there we get a Jean-Pierre Lafitte squash, and the jobber is WCW Thunder legend Jerry Flynn. So that was pretty cool to see.
No, they know that. Okay.
Yeah, and then we close the show with another Bob Backlund promo vignette crap. Like this is getting way out of hand. They're doing this like multiple times a show now, and they're just gonna like ride this out, I guess, until Backlund gives up on it. I don't know because
I don't know why it's so stupid.
Yeah, it's over the top. Like it had its charm to be like in the beginning, like in the very beginning. It's just a waste
of a roster spot.
That's my thing, right? So like when he snapped, that was like that was like when they gave Jerry Lawler the run in 2010, 2011 when he fought the Miz or whatever that was. Like they gave him a little run, right? Throw him a bone. Like here's a couple months of a little run. You got a nice little pop, but you gotta go back to the announce booth. Backlund, they gave him the run when he snapped and wins the title. Like does that? That's fine. WrestleMania when Bret beat him, like that should have been it. He should have been gone. And they just want to hold on to it for whatever reason. I don't get it. So.
Yep. All right. Anything else from the Raw? I mean, it's a waste of a roster spot. It's really funny. Then we go to Superstars.
Yep.
Sorry, too many screens open. I try to go off history WD. This is taped on the next day. So pretty fresh, like June 6th, then we're going to June 10th. So I'm liking this turnaround a lot better. I really kind of enjoy that rather than being like stale.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we get a lot of that stale. Oh, and the one thing on the Raw, and I don't know if this is true, but so I was just looking at the Superstars taping. It says Adam Bomb pins Chris Benoit with Ted DiBiase. Is that a thing?
Yes.
Is that the guy? Is that him? Okay.
Yeah, it is a thing. So he did have a tryout match with DiBiase. Like DiBiase was going to be his manager because he's obviously not the best talker. And then I don't know if it's now or if it's later in the year when Yoko like goes to Fat Camp again. He was going to come in as Owen Hart's partner. And it was going to be Owen Hart and Chris Benoit. Yeah. So no, he has like 3 or 4 dark matches, I think. Okay, so that's obviously one of them.
I don't know how I saw that, but also I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
There's no way that's true. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, from what I've heard, I've never seen it.
I mean, it definitely says in history WWE. So I mean, it's crazy. All right. You want to go the first match with Sid?
Yeah. So we get and this sucks too, right? So like Sid is so good. As far as like this like physical charisma and just like he's someone just pops off your screen, but then this Sid and Tatanka pairing does not work at all. I don't like seeing them as a tag team. Like it's just a waste of Sid to me. Like you're doing these Sid and Tatanka matches because you have to, because you booked them in a tag match in the main event. So now you feel like you have to do these kind of matches. They could have easily done a Sid squash with Tatanka on the outside and vice versa.
At least building up the team a little bit.
Right. They have to. I just don't like the direction of it. Like I just don't like okay, we got Sid in the main event. Now we also have to get Sid in a tag team match, and then we're gonna have to do Sid in the lumberjack match. So we're gonna have to do that. Like I don't know. The matchup isn't good either. Like it should have been Sid versus Shawn on this run. Like Sid turned on Shawn, so that should be the feud right now. But
especially with Diesel out with the injury.
Right. And then speaking of that, so after the match, Sid and Tatanka win a squash. They go to Diesel. He kind of does like a little cut-in promo, saying he's kind of behind in a rehab. So, I mean, do you want to shit on your main event even more? Like we got this guy's gonna be in the main event, but he's actually behind of where he's supposed to be. So you might not get as good of a main event as you're supposed to. Shows like the stitches in his elbow, which look pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
Like it was pretty nasty, but yeah, just kind of weird that they're like, I don't ever get the why you would say your guy's behind on his rehab. Like, so what? He's like a pussy now. Like he's not doing it right.
I guess the only reason is just in case he has to no show.
Yeah,
they kind of mentioned with Razor. I mean, I guess I know they always say like card subject to change.
Yeah,
but I'm guessing that's it, right? Like it's just like, hey, what are we going to do with the main event? And I think at the time they're probably feeling a little bit of heat from WCW. So like I don't, especially observers picking up and like internet starting, they probably don't want to push that off, right?
Yeah,
because there's in 6 months they actually funny with Benoit. They do the same thing with the Chamber of Terror or whatever match that is,
right?
Where they keep saying Benoit's in it. It's like he's clearly not. So I'm
right.
guessing that's just part of it. Is just like crap. We better in case he's not there. And I'm guessing he's skipping house shows too. So that's all I can think of. Right? It doesn't really make sense, but
right. I mean, it's just weird. Like he's your main guy. I get you don't have to always have him on TV, but I don't know. It just sucks that the injury is like the focal point right now.
Yep.
And then from there, we also get a Hakushi squash, which was pretty cool. I always like seeing him in action, and a Razor Ramon squash, which was, I don't know, Razor's kind of like up and down, like as far as like what he is on the card. Like it feels like he's like their safety net, kind of. If they just need to plug him in with something, they do, but they never really take him serious as like a main eventer. Like I guess he's like a full-time mid-card guy, which I guess if that's, you could do worse. He's really good at that. So, and then real quick, they have like these creatures of the night in the crowd too, which is kind of weird. I guess they're Undertaker fans or whatever, people dressed in black, looking like poets or something out there. Yeah, very lame.
That's what I put in my notes. It's so
yep.
Kushi again, just like his way is so over the top.
Yeah,
he's so good that he's kind of wasted. I mean, I know he's going up with Bret Hart, but it's just like this. I know this run's ending, so he's just so good. So I really, really dig that. And then, the ghouls are just so lame. Like they're not even doing anything; they're just kind of there. Like it just feels. Yeah. It feels like didn't we already do the wreath thing where Pick or at least put the wreath? Right. Like it feels like just a rehash of that. Like just lazy 95 booking.
Yep.
And then we get the Smoking Guns talking about lazy dream tag team of Mike Shaw and Dwayne Gill. I mean, what a team! Like the jobbers and the stars, like two just rough guys out there. In a Sanders squash. We get a Waylon Mercy promo, so he's definitely picking up. Like you kind of mentioned, we talked about like all these fresh guys, right? Mercy and Kushi, a lot of fresh guys. Even Kama, right? If you don't know, he's fresh too. So just John Pierre Lafitte, like just a lot of new talent that stays for such a short time, but memorable for that.
I like Waylon Mercy because he sticks out. Like his character sticks out.
They build him up, the character, right? And he's not. Right. It's not a gimmick compared to like John Pierre Lafitte was kind of silly. They kind of played it cheek and tongue with like, oh, I kind of know I'm a pirate, but they definitely have.
And Waylon Mercy, like people, I didn't know it was Dan Spivey as a kid. Like I didn't even know who Dan Spivey was at this age. So he was just a weird. I hadn't even seen Cape Fear or knew about Cape Fear at this point. So like, which is who the character is based off of, De Niro's character in Cape Fear. But
I've never seen it.
Yeah. Oh, you have to see that movie. Okay. That is a trill, man. That's a wild movie. You have to see that. But his character, like if you see that movie, you would probably appreciate the character even more. Actually, he's like this. Obviously, Bray Wyatt was kind of based off of this too, but the character work is what I like. In like, I think they should do this more in this era. They obviously don't. It's a lot of cartoon stuff, but if you had a better mix of like these serious kind of weird characters, it just adds a different layer. Right. That's actually great. That's a great comparison because Evil Doink on the surface is a clown, but then when you watch him every week, it's like, man, he's killing this. He's doing so good at it. So I know Waylon Mercy is only here for a few months, so I will just have to track that as it goes.
You want to get the main events?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is main event in any arena. Jerry King Lawler versus Aldo Montoya. So this Aldo Montoya is kind of, I guess, since Kid is out, he's taken that like de facto underdog babyface. Can lose to anybody, but can beat the kind of mid card guys on a banana peel kind of thing. So that's kind of the role we're getting here. King begging off early was awesome. Like they go to the outside and King's like kind of begging back and then offers like this handshake and then attacks Aldo, which you can see from a mile away, but it was good stuff. Then King goes to like punch him and gets reversed into the post, which is good stuff. Again, I don't expect people with like modern eyes to like this kind of stuff. Like it's campy, I get it, but I like it. I just think it's entertaining to say the least. You're not gonna watch a Jerry Lawler match in '95 and expect like a 5-star thing at this point, or depending on who he's in there with. But still, you're not gonna expect like this technical masterpiece. Then he goes like into this, or he goes for this backdrop, which was kind of weird. Like Aldo Montoya kind of throws Lawler into the ropes, goes for the backdrop right into Lawler's pile driver for the win, which is pretty cool. But then the part that I did not expect to get the payoff was he sticks his foot in Aldo's mouth.
Oh,
so I did not expect to get that. Like I expected him to go for it and then Aldo to kind of like get his pop back and reverse it onto him.
Or Kid or Razor come out or something.
Right.
Or sorry, Bret. Sorry. But like, I get you got me confused with Kid, but Kid, like they kind of associate Aldo with Kid a little bit. So
yeah, somebody to get him to stop from doing it. Maybe not reverse it because you want to save that pop for the pay-per-view. But yeah, somebody to stop it or something. I did not expect him to do it. I was like, holy shit. So yeah, a fun little match.
Paying his dues.
Right. Yeah, he's a wannabe Click member. I guess this was his initiation.
Hey, buddy, go out there and
right, suck some toes for a little bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was entertaining. I'll say. I won't say it's like a great match or anything, but it was pretty entertaining while it lasted.
Yes, definitely, and definitely sets up that match. It definitely puts King over as like a big time, player. And then they talk about the King of the Ring. So go off there, and then we're back to the Raw. So this is back on. Unless you had anything else? Anything else to go?
No, we're good.
All right, the June 12th Raw. So we start off with Vince talks about. I joke about this. Vince talks about how the American Dream is alive and well because Luger's going to get a chance, and I'm like, America kind of sucks if this is the best we got.
Right.
Luger trying to get into even qualify for the King of the Ring. Like, you can't even get in. And they show highlights of Yoko in SummerSlam 93. I just put, like, man, he looks like skinny there. Like, he looks so little comparatively. Like, just like, I mean, legit skinny. And then we got, so we start there. And then we get Bam Bam out. So Bam Bam's out first. And he's got, like, a new jacket, new fireworks. They get Diesel calling in. They're kind of mentioned similar, like, hey, Diesel's like really recovering. He's it's taking a lot of time. Who knows if he'll make it? Like really kind of building up that like suspense. So obviously, I think they are like really worried about Diesel, right? Like I don't know if what they thought there was going to be, what they were going to do, but they were definitely thinking like this might not happen. So they started working ahead a little bit. It seems like to kind of deal with that. What do you want to add? I like Diesel's new gear. It looks big, right? Like he looks like his new gear and stuff.
You're talking about Bigelow? Yeah. It's crazy, right? So like every time I see Bigelow, I love what he does. I liked him better as a heel, obviously. Like the whole Luna act was awesome, but like he's just so wasted though because he's kind of like Sid right now. Like he's stuck in this tag team feud, but he's like the bitch role in the feud. Like he's not Diesel, he's not Sid. He's not the heel, so he's kind of like the last guy in line as far as the four go. But I feel like he could be heated up at any time. They're just not going to do it.
Yeah.
Like if you're just watching this live, like, all right, I'm waiting for the Bigelow breakout, but it's just not going to happen. Then from there we get a Kama squash, so kind of keeping him like he still hasn't really done anything of note recently. Like the character's kind of wearing stale a little bit. Like the whole $1 Million Corporation's wearing stale.
And like, even get worse. Like this is the best part of the corporation.
Yeah, and that's what's bad. That's what's bad about it. Like, I don't know. Sid and the Kid's kind of cool. So I
at the end, but he's not part of that. Like that's not even treated as a corporation.
Right. I mean, that's true.
They definitely like play that up, but it's like, come on, it's not even.
Yeah, I guess so
because I think they're the only two, right? Yeah, I don't think they're the only two.
Well, Steve Austin. I don't know if he's.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
No,
maybe
you're probably right.
Maybe
I think Steve Austin's solo after Sid and the Kid. You might be right. Yeah, no, you're probably right. So that's probably the only act. But yeah, the corporation's so bad. Like it's one of the worst stables I can think of. Yeah. Then we get a Man Mountain Rock Squash, which he just seems like he just like comes and goes. Like he'll be here for a few shots and then he's gone for a while and then he just comes back and it's like, all right.
Well, he's got a big Backlund feud coming up.
Right. Yeah. Well, can't wait for that. Then we get a Techno Team 2000 squash, and I don't know what it is, but they seem like a better version of the Smoking Guns to me. Like they're
way better. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's crazy. Like they're just as tall and athletic, but they seem to be like more in sync with each other.
Yep.
Like work better with each other.
Yeah. I mean, Smoking Guns every once in a while have like a good high risk move, but like they're continuously doing them.
Right. So I wonder, and obviously they don't get this push or anything like that, but I wonder how far it goes with them. Like if they're gone in a month or if they kind of get a little bit of a run. So
we'll see. Yeah, they could be like a team that stays around for like 2 years, right?
Right.
We're like, I thought they were gone and they're back.
Exactly.
So we'll see. Yeah, and then we get the Bret Yoko match. So
no, Luger.
Oh, Luger. Sorry.
Yep.
Luger. Sorry. They call this a match of the century, which is hilarious. They call this. Luger's just so washed.
Yeah,
I mean, it's so rough. So this is the final qualifying match. It's so funny because they have a flag bearer come out. That's why Luger goes out to the floor to kind of like deal with him.
Mm-hmm.
But he loses by countouts, which is funny because I think they rubbed it in his face because of that he won one wrestler or something.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure that was planned. I'm sure that was just not a coincidence.
Yep.
That's how he lost this match.
I thought the same thing.
Luger's Yoko feels a little out of place in this King of the Ring, but at least he's tag team champion. I mean, they haven't really brought that up, but like, so this is like they're saying he's kind of going after a second title. It's just Luger's a bum, and then. I'm like Luger. No wonder why he ran to WCW. Like I don't blame him at all.
Right.
Like
right.
it's just such a waste of his potential and everything. And we see what he ends up doing in WCW. So you can understand. Like it's just brutal.
Well, I think what they think with Luger is the same thing they think with Razor. Like they don't want to make him the champion, but in their minds they can just heat him up whenever they feel like it. So like they did this whole promo package at the beginning of the show, like he's all American, blah blah blah. You already shit on him so many times. It doesn't matter what your like little promos are. There's nothing he's been in a tag team with the British Bulldog for 6 months. Like it's just not.
Yeah, at least like Razor's won the IC title.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he's been given credibility, right? Like I know he hasn't a title shot a lot, but like I agree, they kind of heat Razor up, it feels like here and there, but like at least he's been the champion multiple times. I don't know.
Well, it's like Luger's been in this feud and the Tatanka feud, and it feels like that's it. Like Yoko and Tatanka. Like
he didn't even win the Tatanka feud, really. I mean, we kind of complained about that. Like that should have been the Mania match to put him over strong, but they didn't even do that. So.
Yeah, and then we close out the show with Lawler doing a promo from like a horse stall, showing him walking. So pretty good stuff comedic wise from him. I'm excited to see that match. I just want to see if I obviously know the payoff, but I want to see how the match goes because I really like their SummerSlam match. So we'll just have to see where that goes.
Yep. Anything else? Yeah, and we probably skipped like. The entire time Luger was talking about King was talking about his feet and how they haven't washed them, and Vince is like, "Oh, that smell!"
Right? Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of funny, but it's like it lowers Bret down. Like this feels like is it good for like Aldo Montoya, but not Bret Hart?
Exactly.
That's what kind of ruins a little bit of this.
But feud. That's where they're at with. That's what they do to Bret in '95. Yeah. They give him. They just throw everything at him and expect it to work every time. Yeah. It's weird.
And I think it does. It's just not your old world champion that you're going to go back to, right? By the end of 95, right? Like by the end of 95, they're already back to him.
Exactly.
They're going to come crawling back. So it's like it just doesn't really set him up well. All right, on to awards.
Yes, sir.
All right, we got most new gen outfits.
I'm gonna go with Techno Team 2000. I want to give them something, just because they're impressed.
And I'm gonna go Skip and Sunny.
Nice.
There's so much neon.
Right.
We got. I put 2020. Most new gen performers.
I guess I'll go with Hakushi. I think he just stands out.
Squash, yeah.
Yeah, and he had a good squash match, so I'm gonna go with him.
All right, sounds good. I'm gonna go. Sorry, I'm taking too many notes here. I'll go Waylon Mercy, your boy.
Nice.
I remember him very vividly. I had no idea who Dan Spivey was, so
right.
Now I know, obviously, because I'm a nerd like that. But back in the day, didn't have
right.
that. All right, worst match or segments.
So there wasn't anything like terrible as far as like match quality or anything like that goes. I guess I'll just go with like the Sid and Tatanka match just because I hate the fact that they're in a tag team.
Yeah, I think that was my note. Is like they make no sense together. I didn't really mention that, but like Tatanka does have like a sleazy walk to him. I think he does like good, but like they just have no chemistry.
Right,
it's just kind of silly, and Tatanka looks kind of silly with Sid.
He does.
He's like crazed, right? And it just kind of looks silly. So. Best match. Oh, sorry. I put all the Luger highlights. Like it's so embarrassing.
That's
like,
a good call.
And maybe America, the worst thing. We're that bad. We got best match or segment.
I'm gonna go with the Lawler versus Aldo match simply because I did not see that payoff coming at the end. So.
Okay. And verse, I'll go Bulldog Owen.
Yeah, that was a good match.
Okay. And we got anyone stock up?
Stock up. I'm gonna go Dan Spivey. I think he sticks out. Or not Dan Spivey. Aldo. Jeez. Waylon Mercy. I'm gonna go Waylon Mercy.
Waylon Mercy. Did I lose you?
Yep.
Do you hear me still?
No, I'm here.
Our technical issues continue. You can hear me good? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry. I unplugged my thing for a second. I was like, I hope I didn't lose it. We're good.
Right.
Waylon Mercy's good. I'll go stock up. Yep. I'll go Bulldog. I think he's a guy we kind of ragged on a lot, and he did a pretty good job in his match versus Owen. And we know he's getting kind of. We know he kind of gets out of that.
Right.
The LA Power soon. I think that kind of ends up soon. So I think that was good for him.
Right.
Anyone stock down?
There could be a couple on here, but I have to go with Bob Backlund. I'm so tired of the vignettes of him, so I'll go with that.
Backlund. I'm gonna go Luger back-to-back weeks.
Oh, nice.
For that. And that's it. So we got two more superstars, one more Raw before King of the Ring. We get right into it. So we'll be back in 2 weeks for that, and then finally the King of the Ring. I think you kind of hit the nail on the head of that. The build has been really rough. We've seen some guys just like wasted, some pairings that don't make sense. Rody Doink. Then you got all of a sudden rematch Luger.
Jarrett gets in twice.
Jarrett's getting Taker somehow.
Right.
And just like guys not on the card. Then Owen Hart not on the card. Like just a really weak build for that event. I think that just sets it up, and then what actually shows up, which you could think like, oh man, it's gonna be Taker Shawn, and it's
right.
It's not, right? And so I think that just adds to it. So, we're doing our best to get through this. We definitely see some bright spots like Waylon Mercy and stuff, but definitely been one of the weakest builds we've seen on a card in a while. So, thanks everyone for listening, rating, and reviewing. We'll be back in 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.